and shit. Like, how do you win at, yo, that's really crazy. This shit got me thinking about being a parent. Like, how do you actually win as being a parent? Like, there's no, like, is there no winning?
Louis does, Gucci does, Dior does, but I block it just me and my buzz. I got Papa to give.
All right, what's the word, YouTube? We are back with another reaction video. And I ain't gonna lie, this one's kind of crazy because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to watch Julian Newman as a kid, bro. Like, I feel like everybody in their hoop dreams when you was a kid, bro, there's certain highlights that you watch, especially a football player. Everybody know that Tavon Austin football highlight video. On God, I feel like there's always a highlight or something that you always remember as a kid. And Julian Newman was definitely one of them. Elite mixtapes, nigga face LaMelo Ball, all types of shit, bro. Like. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like personally, like, he's not, I feel like he's isn't he like a content creator now, like, on some shit? I might be wrong. I know his sister definitely streamed, but I don't know if he's still streaming. Word, bro. But let's get into this video, the sad truth about the Newman family.
Please hit that subscribe.
Hold on.
You basically would never do it?
Nothing nudes or anything. Right now, no, I would never do it.
I don't know, Jaden. Based off of what I've seen this week on the internet, I don't know if you have those same morals. Imagine spending your children's formidable years going to the extreme, and I do mean extreme, depths and lengths for them. Moving them from school to get a better education, putting them in private instruction in order for them to be the child prodigies that you see them to be. Hell, even starting up your own school in order for your children to be the most successful.
I dead remember that. And they team wasn't bad, right? Their team was like all trolling aside, like their team wasn't that bad. If they was facing teams like they was facing teams everywhere too.
Children that they could possibly be. That was the dream and aspiration of internet's father, Jamie Newman. And well, today, I don't think that it paid off. Now look, I'm not saying that I condone leak culture at all.
Damn, you know how much, like, how bad that feels? Like, you tried everything in your power to make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, your kids stayed away from certain shit and they still go to that said thing. Like, that is crazy as hell. That's why I can't imagine myself being a father one day. Like, I literally cannot. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how my dad did it. I keep it a book.
I actually think that it's a deplorable act. But are these even considered leaks since Julian Newman, the brother of Jaden Newman, is out there in the open saying this about his sister?
To look at the brighter side of things, on a positive note, she gonna be bigger than Kim K, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all care, like, bro, y'all just gassing her up.
The Newman family and father, Jamie.
Nah, hell no, that's not the quote. That's not the quote, dogs. I'm in there hurting. Oh my God. Especially if I got a name. Oh my God. Yo, I'm in there hurting, gang. Yo, that's something that niggas will forever hold over your head. You get into any argument, any conversation, bro, I could literally look up your sister. It's over. What are you gonna say after that? What else is there to say? You gotta come after that nigga mother after that. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta hit him where it hurt. You gotta hit him where it hurt.
Years trying to turn Julian and Jaden into basketball prodigies. So how did they go from being basketball prodigies to a family that only?
Yo, I thought at one point, and this might have been rumored, I thought he was like committed to the University of Miami or some shit like that. Is that not true? I don't know if that's true or not, though.
To get the most attention when something is going wrong. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe. Back into the video.
Redo the vid? Wait, what vid?
Oh my God.
One of the internet's favorite families is back into the spotlight, and this time it's not for the dribble tween hezzy antics of Julian Newman, the star.
Yo, this nigga used to dribble his ass off, gang. And you know what's so crazy? That's one of my craziest clips. That was like one of my first craziest clips. Yo, this nigga 10 years later is still dribbling the shot clock out. Like this, like, I don't know. Like this 2K or some shit.
Mixtape basketball era. This time is Jaden Newman. As a recent part of a bunch of leaks that came onto the internet, Jaden Newman's personal schmex tape got leaked to the internet. The reason why I'm putting so many quotes and emphasis around whether it was or was not leaked will be revealed later on in the video, but that is just as to how we got here today. And for research purposes,
gang, and I ain't gonna lie, it's got to the point where I ain't gonna lie, this shit is just normal, bro. I ain't gonna lie, yo, relationships is chalk, gang. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, you might as well do your thug dizzy, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Relationships is over with, bro. If you think your girl is staying loyal, you might be dumb, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, yo, this would not be a clicking video if nothing happened, gang. Yo, I keep kicking my wires and my PC keep fucking up, bro. This shit is bad, gang. But we back, though. We gonna try this shit again. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, bro, I cannot wait till I get a better PC, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yo, better PC and better camera, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna save me.
In the video, but that is just as to
No, it's not.
how we got here today. And for research purposes, I promise you, research purposes strictly, I did come across these videos and they were explicit as hell. Now, if these were truly leaked out and put to the internet without
Yo, gang, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I hope that nigga just put a random picture up and just blurred it out. There's no way he got the actual tape and put that shit in the video. There's no way.
her permission,
There's no way.
you know, I don't think that this is something that should have happened. But ultimately, we are here, and it is something that not even Julian Newman, Jaden Newman's brother, can avoid.
Y'all keep asking me some weird stuff. No one cares. I don't care. Like, get out of here with that, bro. Y'all only care because it's Jaden Newman. Second of all, what that got to do with me?
The pipeline from child internet star.
That is a fact. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The best response to this shit is no response. Word to bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying nothing. Yo, ain't gonna lie. I'm not responding with no video. I'm not doing none of that. Yo, gang, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna act like I don't even know it, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I keep it a buck. I don't even know, yo.
to being some sort of crash out or
That nigga better than me, bro. Heard.
some sort of burnout.
I'm not responding to none of this shit.
Is one that is escaping nobody at this point. For what it's worth, we haven't heard the Newman name for months now, but every single time that we hear it, it is for some sort of bad antics or, you know, negative PR from what most people would perceive. And in a situation like this, where somebody's intimate and personal details get leaked out to the internet, the best course of action, probably in my opinion,
Dang, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I wonder what makes a female just say, fuck it, we're making an OnlyFans. I really gotta know, what's that like turning moment? Like, all jokes aside, what's that moment where it's just like, yo, fuck it. I ain't gonna lie, last resort. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is like the military for men. Dead ass. I ain't gonna lie. Our last resort is either trade school or the military. Facts. Is it not?
to avoid it as a whole. But it seems as though the father's teachings have trickled down into the children, and Julian Newman is using this as some sort of complete promo tour.
She gonna be bigger than Kim K, man.
When I tell you how disgusted I was to find out that this
Never would have said that on the internet, ever. Fuck you talking about. What? What you just said to me? I ain't gonna lie, bro.
clip was from a video that Julian Newman had posted, not just because he was promoting his sister's OF or leaks that she had out to the public, which means that I think that he had to have seen them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Ew. But also because he used this AI thumbnail. That's a weird choice to be making.
Yeah, and what's up with these people in AI thumbnails? I ain't gonna lie, like I heard that shit like fucks with your channel. I don't know how accurate that is, but a lot of people have just been using AI. Like all the thumbnails look the same. Like they all look the same now.
Right now.
I don't
the sad
know.
part about all of this is that this is not the fame and notoriety that the Newman family sought out for when they graced the internet years and years ago. We got to remember that Julian Newman and Jaden Newman were quote unquote child prodigies. Jaden Newman was playing varsity basketball for
No, literally. Yo, didn't she commit to like Connecticut or some shit like that? Yo, how the fuck did we get here? I swear, I swear she said she was committing the fucking, no, she didn't say it, but it was in like articles that she was like committing to like Connecticut or Yukon. Well, that's the same thing. I'm an idiot.
Just
Wow.
the age of 9 years old.
Wow.
She was even so good at basketball that she got the opportunity to do a three-point contest with somebody that she looked up to and admired in Stephen Curry.
3-year-old Jaden Newman. Wait a minute, how old are you really?
10.
10.
10 years old. What is
What's
this?
that about?
Before we do this, can you sign this for my school?
Please excuse Jaden Newman from class today. She's beating Stephen Curry in a three-point contest.
And now fast
I ain't
forward.
gonna lie, that's good notes though. That's good notes. Imagine giving your teacher a note. Yeah, bro, I just literally beat Stephen Curry in a three-point contest. Fuck this class. Like, fuck. Ain't gonna lie.
In 2026, you have Jaden Newman being one of the worst fallen off childhood prodigies in the social media era. And a lot of people are scratching their heads trying to figure out how they could have gotten here. How do you go from being compared to the next greatest women's basketball player like Skylar Diggins, Candace Parker, Maya Moore, to now being compared by your own blood brother to Kim Kardashian for having your Smex tape leaked?
Yo, when you break it down, that shit really do sound crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. That shit sound crazy as hell, bro. When you break it down like that, that shit sound crazy.
I think the answer is quite clear when you understand who their father is.
What's wrong with pushing your kids to be great?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Someone else is not going to tell us what our kids can't do because we know what they can do. People kill me when they just try to get on LeVar, get on myself, get on Richard Williams, or get anybody where we just push
I ain't gonna lie though. LeVar got proof in the pudding, bro. Nigga went 3 for 3, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, he's shooting 100% from the field, yo. 2 in the NBA. The other one made like, one song, and the nigga went to Rolling Loud in less than like 4 months. Ain't gonna lie. He shot 100% from the field, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
The kids would be great.
If you've never seen that bald-headed man before with the big arched eyebrows, you would have thought that that was their manager or their promoter or their coach. But that is the Newman family's patriarch, Jamie Newman. Now, I think it's quite clear to understand quickly based off of that clip how delusional Jamie Newman's thought process and ideology is when he's comparing himself to LeVar Ball and Richard Williams. LeVar Ball being the father of 3.
I don't know, but maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think he was like comparing himself to LeVar. I think like his faith in his children, pushing them to be a certain, like, he tries to like give them that esque. I don't think he was trying to compare himself to like 3 NBA player sons. Like, I don't think that's what he's trying. I feel like obviously he knows where he's at. You know what I'm saying? If he would have been on there, he would have been like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still pushing my kids to be great, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like LeVar Ball out here. Like, I can understand that, but I think he was trying to get to the point where he was just trying to push his kids to be at a certain place in life. It happened.
NBA stage, kids that are also, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" plus. And then Richard Williams, who is the father of Venus and Serena Williams, 2 children that grew up to be tennis prodigies and some of, if not the greatest tennis players to ever grace the earth. Putting yourself in that lane.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, how the fuck do you even go professional in other sports? Yo, like, I know like football, you know what I'm saying? You go play high school, get recruited, go to college, play for either 4 years or a year. If you're really a star, go to the NFL. It's the same thing like the NBA. Like, how does niggas go pro in skateboarding? Like, when do you know you went pro? How the fuck do you know when you go pro in tennis? Like, did somebody like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, it's time. Like, what the fuck?
Is a little bit stretchy, but we get the overall point. That doesn't mean that the delusion doesn't still stand. Now, I want to be fair to Jamie Newman and his efforts to get his kids out there to another level. He put a quote in Bleacher Report saying, "No one understands what they're going through better than they do. They're on the same path. They don't want to be normal kids. They want to be extraordinary." And I think that's very respectable. Wanting your kids to be great and pushing them to that greatness isn't some sort of bad thing. I think that people loosely use terms like helicopter parent or tiger parent, and I don't want anybody wanting their children.
What the fuck even is that? What is that? I'm bugging?
To be great, to be labeled that just because. Now, with that being said, that is not Jamie Newman. Jamie Newman is a delusional parent who put his children in the limelight with unrealistic expectations, unrealistic hopes of success in certain lanes. I mean, he himself.
I don't feel like I agree with that though, because if LeVar Ball would have failed, or what's the name, like, would y'all be saying the same thing? Oh yeah, you put him in something like. This is what basketball is. It's not even just basketball no more. Like, you literally have to build a name for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like a lot of like NFL players and NBA players, they starting to like stream or like create their own name for themselves. It's just because like you got to build a brand outside of that. So it's just like, I don't know if it was just like, oh yeah, he was being delusional by putting them in the limelight. I just felt like at the time they were just like really good at the time. For what it seemed for their age, and I ain't gonna lie, the audience just got attached to it.
Himself is about 5'6", 5'5", and he had these expectations that his kids would be better than, if not just as good as, some of the best basketball talent in the world. I mean, when we watched the footage, the skills didn't match. But what really made Jamie Newman disgusting is that he compromised his children's.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? That's the video where I feel like it changed it all. When everybody was like, yo, bro, this nigga is like, I don't know, he's not as good as people hyped him up to be all these years. Like, that was the first game we ever saw like bad footage, like actual footage. Before it was like mixtapes and drill mixtapes and him scoring, laying up the ball, shooting threes from fucking God knows where. You heard?
Integrity for the sake of success. People had many concerns about Jamie Newman's exposure to his kids to social media in the real world. In that same Bleacher Report article, Jamie Newman reported that he had the passwords to both kids' Instagram accounts and knew that 15-year-old Jaden was receiving sexual messages and pictures from strangers. He says, and I quote, "She shows me her messages. I see 5 from the past 24 hours that are either graphic, sexual proportions, or requests for the type of photos and videos that got leaked. Rude photographs." Jamie Newman says,
oh, see, this right here is crazy as fuck. My nigga, yo, bro, no deactivation. Nobody thought of none of that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You didn't even think of it. Didn't even think of it. Though. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, kids are gonna be kids. They're gonna find ways around. You know what I'm saying? Create new Instagram accounts. It's like, how do you actually win in this shit? Like, how do you win at, yo, that's really crazy. This shit got me thinking about being a parent. Like, how do you actually win as being a parent? Like, there's no, like, is there no winning? I ain't gonna lie, I feel like my parents fake one. I'm not in jail. I'm not in jail. I don't got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Like having a lot of followers, but the downside is guys who say weird or gross stuff, I mostly try to ignore it. Now, I'm not gonna say Jamie Newman.
I mostly try to ignore it, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like, what do you do here? I can't even speak on it because I don't have any kids. Like, I'm not gonna speak on something I don't know about. Like, I ain't gonna say, yo, bro, you could have just like, all jokes, all trolling aside. Like, what do you really do? Like,
exactly instilled that type of thought process and philosophy into Jaden. But if you're seeing these things come across your daughter's phone and I'm hearing her say that type of phrasing that it's a trade-off for the social media success that she's getting, you can put the pieces together. Was that enough for Jamie Newman?
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's a wild ass statement, though. That is a wild ass statement. I cannot lie. It's a trade-off. Like, nah.
Not putting his children
That could have
out
definitely
there
been
on
better
social
worded.
media. No. Remind you, he was supposed to be training his two young prodigies to be elite basketball players. But at the end of the day, all it did was expose them to a life that they probably weren't ready for. Neither of them lived up to the success that their father had laid out for them. And now in 2026, Jamie Newman is being.
But my question is, if you don't like test the waters, how would you know? I feel like obviously that was stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a parent, it was just like, that was a crazy ass statement to say. And if you know this is happening, there has to be some type of like solution to this. You feel what I'm saying? But like, okay, say if your kid is that prodigy and he is NFL bound, like actually, like it's no faking, it's no what's the name. Like, say if there was a story where a kid was actually gonna go to the NFL, like how would you ever know if you didn't try? How would you know your kid is NFL bound if you didn't try? And at some point, he's going to gain that, like, every single D1 player got some type of limelight, or they got some type of buzz in their city, or like, you know what I'm saying?
For his endeavors, whether it be parenting or coaching.
They started off on the 7-2-0 run.
Yes, thank you. This is the head coach, Jamie Newman.
Nah, that is so fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
He's a legend, bro.
Ball is life.
Hey, he's a legend, bro. He stay in the mix.
I hate that fucking sweater. His ass is back at work today, boo.
Like nothing happened. Like I stated earlier, there's no
Nah,
problem
that's
with
so fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. They fucked up. They so D-room. I ain't gonna lie. Jeff, hey, you know Jeff T got to be in a clip.
wanting their child to be as successful as possible. But ultimately, that means being realistic with what they can and can't do. And I don't think that that's what Jamie Newman did. But what I do think that he did was understand the value in monetization and the celebrity that he could ultimately make his children into being.
What was it that made you realize, yo, my kids, we could monetize their abilities right now? Like
the first couple of years, I think when they were, the prodigies, you know, they were prodigies. And when they did that, I was like, hey.
Yeah, everybody was doing that at the time too. Everybody was doing that at the time. I think they kind of took more of like I would say like a basketball content route, if you will. Like they did like, oh yeah, like behind the scenes with a team or like workouts and stuff like that. Like, but I feel like, yo, Baller's Life, Elite Hoop mixtapes, like them niggas are known for like posting prodigy videos. Like, oh yes, biggest 7th grader, biggest 8th grader, biggest like you feel what I'm saying?
Got something here.
I don't know, gang. Does that not sound kind of strange and weird to anybody else but me? Raise your hand in the comment section if that sounds weird to you. Jamie Newman created 2 celebrities, but the problem is,
let me hear what he's
I don't know, gang. Does that not...
Prodigies. And when they did that, I was like, hey, we got something here.
I don't know, gang. Does that not sound kind of strange and weird to anybody else?
Okay, I get what you're saying. It's just like, yeah, bro. It seems like you wanted it just for the money. Like it was just for the money. Like you thought of this like not even to get them better, but just to get money out of it. And then when it showed that they weren't as nice as they were hyped up to be, now the eyes is on you like, yo, what the hell? What the fuck were they doing this whole time? Like,
raise your hand in the comment section if that sounds weird to you. Jamie Newman created 2 celebrities, but the problem is that the only part of his plan that seemed to work was not the basketball, but it was the creation of them being famous. And so while Jaden Newman is dealing with the ugly sides of being famous right now, Julian Newman has been dealing with the ugly sides of being famous for years at this point. Julian Newman was the face of the internet.
I feel like he should have stuck with that crew. He kind of messed up his name with the Plaque Boy Max stream. Like if he would have took the content creator out, because that's what it looked like. Like okay, if you're not gonna play basketball, you know what I'm saying? You're a known basketball player, so it's just like you could fit in that realm of like basketball content creators or something. I thought he was gonna take that route, but then he did that shit with Black Boy Max, and then it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like once certain shit hit certain audiences and you already don't have a name, it might be chalk, dog.
Experiment that became the Newman family. For what it's worth, he was one of the forefront fathers of the internet mixtape basketball era, getting known for being somebody who had all these skills at an early age. But ultimately, the professional career that his father had laid out for him never fully worked. He didn't start playing any sort of collegiate basketball until 2024. And to be quite honest with you, I think that school was there to just sell tickets. Through the first 3 games, Julian Newman averaged 3 points per game, 16.7% from the field, and just zero.
Holy shit, dog. Oh my God. That is unfortunate. I ain't gonna lie. It does sound like, I will say this, it does sound like in their situation, their father literally did it for the money and rather than the skills. So it's just like, obviously it's just like statistically you can see that. But it's just like, gang, like you're in a sport where you can't fake it. If you're nice at basketball, you're nice at basketball. Like that's just that. I feel like that's any sport really, but like really basketball and I feel like football requires a lot of skill along with combat sports. You feel what I'm saying? But like the proof is in the pudding. You'll know if somebody's working or if they actually a skilled basketball player. I feel like he just wasted his time in the wrong things, bro. Facts.